Yo, what's up? It's your homeboy Negamuzu coming at you with this week's tournament report from Chibi Cards and Games. Alright, we had some pretty interesting fights tonight because I tell you right now, my homeboy Juan Mango was back in the house. He hasn't been there the last couple weeks, so there was Kagero up in there, alright? And I tell you, the Kagero matchup is not something to just blink about, alright? It is pretty intense. I fought him, and I tell you right now, he is not someone to underestimate. Round one, I went up against Juan Mango's dauntless novelle deck, and I tell you right now, there was not much I could do. I was misplaying left and right because what do I say about Megacolon? You gotta know the matchup. And you know what? I didn't. I thought I did, but I didn't, and that's just something I'm gonna have to work on this week to make sure I'm ready for DMV. Round two, I went up against Rebirth. And actually, I didn't do half bad against that. Though the fact is, it was being piloted by a newbie. In the hands of a more capable player, I probably would have had a bad time. But I managed to squeak out that win. That left me 1-1. But we went to game 3. I took on a new guy running Raging Form. Man, oh man, I haven't seen Raging Form in forever. Oh my gosh, and you know what? That is still pretty fierce. That card has not lost any of its ferocity. And you know what? He got it. I guarded. He double triggered. Not much I could do at that point. But you know what? That awesome pressure Raging Form. I'm going to have to practice what I stun in order to be able to effectively fight that matchup. Game 4, I was up against Mizu's Aquaforce deck. He's still waiting for some of his stuff to come in. But right now, it's pretty much done. And it was a tough fight, honestly. I know people say, oh, Megacolon should have an auto win against Aquaforce, but I'll tell you right now, that Maelstrom R is no joke. That creates a win-win scenario, so at that point, whether he hits or whether he doesn't hit, he still sets off something. And you know what? That is pretty fierce. Now, Mizu had a rough night himself, because round 1, he went up against Novelle, and round 2, he went up against Novelle again. Round 3 was his bye, and round 4 was his match against me. I tell you right now, that was a pretty rough night for him. Novelle's everywhere. And he's running that Maelstrom R Aquaforce. And as for tempo, he's running his novelle deck, his superior riding novelle deck. We're going to get you some stuff on that here coming up in the next few weeks, but that is one heck of a deck. He had some pretty rough fights himself, and I'm really proud of the whole team. We had a really good showing, honestly. A lot of new stuff that's really changing things up. It's not the same old, Minerva, Dauntless, and Gancelot. It's definitely some new stuff. I'm looking forward to the future fights, with Alfred hitting the field and, Link Joker doing stuff. It's really going to be some interesting things, and I'm seeing the Glendios deck at my locals shaping up, so I can't wait to see what he does at DMV. We're all pretty excited. Now, as for changes to the deck, I think my Megacolon deck's gotten about where I want it to be. I know everyone's giving me flack because I'm not running the Break Ride, but the Break Ride slows the deck down too much. I've tested and tested and tested. I even tested a deck that's designed to maximize the Break Ride, and the problem is it runs out of steam. That being said, I need to know my matchups. My games I lost tonight were pretty much, I didn't know the matchup, and I paid for it. My games I won, I did know the matchup. Or, my opponent misplayed left and right. When you play against a Rebirth player, he break rides and doesn't use his starter skill, sure, I'll take that. But, that being said, this is Negamuzu signing off. I'm hoping to see some of you guys out at DMV. Tomorrow we're going to have my Megacolon deck list up for you guys so you can see what I'm working with. And then the day after that, we're probably going to have some test fights up for you. Anyway, so this is Negamuzu signing out.